Hi YouTube, please give me a moment while I connect to Facebook. We'll be getting started shortly. Hope everybody's doing well. We should be live on Facebook. Hi everybody, welcome to the Strategic Swing Trader. I am Sami Abu Saad, Director of Education at T3 Live. Hope you're doing well. And we're going to be going over the market. I'll give you my game plan for next week, but we'll also be going over some swing ideas. Before we start, as always, a standard required disclaimer to let you know that trading is risky and that whatever we discuss is for educational purposes only. If you find benefit in today's video, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like button. And I'm actually going to be doing a free open house next week in the day trading room, as well as in the Strategic Swing Trader newsletter. So you get to see what I'm playing swing, you get to see all my portfolio. If you'd like to join me, please check out the link in the description, okay? So that will be all day, every day next week. And lastly, if you find benefit in today's video, please be sure to hit the like button and please be sure to subscribe to our channel. All right, and if you have any questions, reach out by emailing us at info@t3live.com. Okay, info@t3live.com. Here is the market. And as you can see, we've started to pull back a little bit here. And I have to admit, it might be a longer term top. This could have been, like this one was, we topped out for a week or so. So I think this might be the same thing, if not longer. My prediction is if we break under 451.40 on the SPY and we close below it on Monday, that we would be coming in towards that 20 MA on the weekly, and that it would take longer for us to recover from that top. I can't tell whether this is going to be a long-term top, like for the rest of the year, or for just a few weeks or so. But either way, so I can't, there's no way for me to tell. But either way, we would need to break under 451.40 on the SPY. The Q is already below. I mean, it's already breaking down. And then the IWM also needs to kind of close under 194 on the Qs, on the IWM daily chart. If you look at the weekly on the IWM, I mean, we rallied back up into resistance, right? If we look at the SPY, into resistance also on the weekly chart. We just have to redraw the line, as you can see right here, into resistance. The Qs is, we might have taken out the resistance, but then almost into the all-time high. So this is why I think if we pull back on Monday, if we break specifically 451.40 on the SPY and close below it, that I think we're looking at a top. How long it will how long will it last? I don't know. But we're looking at a pullback in the market, which I think will bode well for earnings season. I noticed that when the market is a little bit bearish during earnings season, it works out better. Okay? So at least as far as the earnings plays are concerned. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm looking forward to seeing how it plays out, how the market maybe pulls back, like I said. So I'm looking forward to that. In terms of the swing ideas, I got BHC, which actually triggered on Friday, but it's not too late, which is why I'm mentioning it again. I like it higher if it can take out 976. Stop goes under 918. Okay? So 976 by 918. A BHVN, I played it when it was during that bar, and then I killed it under the doji bar, because this is one of the most common ways in which breakout fails. So breakouts fail, which is you get a breakout, you get a doji bar following the breakout bar, and if it continues higher, lovely. But if it breaks under the doji bar's low, right, the second bar's low, then it usually comes in. So it came in and now it's looking back up. I like it higher, over 25.85 and over 26.70. So kind of two entries, 25.85 and 26.70. Okay, on the BHVN. Really like the weekly chart on this stock. If I showed you the weekly, you'll see what I'm talking about. So that's not a bad weekly at all for a weekly breakout, okay? JWN, that's Nordstrom, and it's looking higher to $24 or so on the Nordstrom. That's the weekly chart. Here's the daily, which is the primary time frame for playing swing. And as you can see, there's a breakout on it. Over $21, stop under about 19. Target is 24. So as you can see, the reward to risk isn't very high on the JWN, but it looks okay. The LNC has been grinding up and then kind of based the last week to 2 weeks. So I like it higher if it can take out 27.54 with a stop under 25.99, or if you want a tighter stop, 26.60. Target is about $30 on the LNC. LUV is doing a daily buy setup. I like it higher as an hourly breakout or a daily buy setup, daily pullback. So over 27.50 by over 37.50 by 36.50. 37.50 by 36.50. The NCLH is exactly the same type of pattern. Daily buy setup, hourly breakout. So I like it over, I guess 21.50. Oh no, 21.37. What is this bar's high? Yeah, that is 21.37. Stop would be under 20.60, and then target the prior high and maybe a little bit more on the NCLH. PCG doesn't move very much because it's a utility stock, but looks amazing on the larger time frames. The monthly is just grinding up, breaking out. Like it higher to 23.50 basically. This bar's high, the red bar's high is 23.50. So it's a daily breakout over over 18.20, stop under 17.45. 18.20 by 17.45. RIVN of all stocks is looking higher. It moved up a lot, so it's not my favorite idea, but looks higher to about $35 as a weekly 1, 2, 3, 4 pattern. So long right here, 27 something. So here it is, 27.16. Yeah, 27.16 by 23.20. That's a big stop. That's like $4. Target is about $35 though. It has enough room. The AT&T, I'm already in it, just as a disclaimer, but it does look higher, and it might have been a long-term bottom on the AT&T. So it triggered already, but if you're, I don't think it's too late. Over 14.78, stop under 14.45, and then target is about 16, maybe 15.50 for target 1. And the last symbol I have is the THX, which triggered on, I think on Thursday. I'm not sure why it's not coming up. THX. Is it THRX? I think it might be THRX. Yeah, THRX. I just typed it wrong. Like it higher over 367, stop under 316 as a gap fade. There's also MASI is another symbol that's also a gap fade hourly breakout. So like it over 115 by 110. A lot of these big gap downs, when oftentimes they get bought, and when they start to get bought, they move a lot. So these are just a couple of examples. If you want my entire watch list for tomorrow, it is in the description. So in the video description. I also have, I like the China stocks, but it's do or die, I think. So like the CWEB, the Yen, those are the ETFs. PDD, what else? JD I don't love. Bob is already in play, but doesn't look too bad still. Let's see, anything else? I don't remember. But, Yen, if it can take out Friday's high. So that would be the entry as a transition A on the daily chart. So it'd be over 36.20 by 34.50. CWEB, the same thing, a little bit stronger. Okay, let me open this chart up a little bit. So that's the CWEB, the PDD, over Friday's high, stop under Thursday's low. JD, again, not the strongest, but the same kind of pattern. They're trying to transition higher. And Bob is already in open position, but it's not late at all. Over 93.25. stop would be under 91.35, or safer would be under 90.15. So, and there's more. There's the MNSO, I think. Is it MNSO? Yeah, MNSO, which is an open position. There's Momo, which is an open position. There's a few China stocks that I like. I believe I dropped them in the description, but maybe not. Either way, if you join the open house, you'll see what I'm playing tomorrow, and you'll see which China stocks I'm going after, okay? The shorts, we have ADCT, which is already an open position on the breakdown right here, but it's not too late under $1.40. Under $1.41, stop over $1.53. Breaking down, beautiful hourly chart. It just needs to take out $1.40, don't forget. You have to wait for it to trigger. That's the ADCT. FMC is trying to break down on the hourly chart after a bearish gap down that gapped under a month or two worth of basing. Here's the weekly chart also. That looks pretty good under last week's low, which is 94.80. Stop over 97.63 and target about $89, the prior low. It's an hourly breakdown, daily sell setup. ICPT is a little too late for me, unfortunately. But ICPT was one of the biggest gaps I've ever seen back here in 2014. Wow, that's 9 years ago. It went up from like $80, I think it was, and then to almost $500 in 2 days. Literally in 2 days. Went from about 80 to 497 and then never looked back. And now it's making new lows. And look at that monthly chart. Monthly 1, 2, 3. So it really looks good lower. But it triggered Friday, and I didn't get in it. So under Friday's low, stop up here. But I'm not planning on playing it just yet. So I'm gonna watch and see if it can give me another entry, because I think it's a little late. The JOBY is a 1, 2, 3, 4 short under 820. 818, 814. Stop over 875. 814 by 875. The LESL, I've had a call on it for a couple days now, but it never triggered in the newsletter. Never triggered. So under the base, stop above it. Still like it short. VKTX, wow, this thing was the hottest stock in the country until it wasn't, right? It's been basing in a tight fashion. Under the base, stop above it. The only issue is doesn't have high R to R. Target is about $12. So it doesn't have high reward to risk, but under the base, stop above it. Under the base, stop above it. XPOF, I think. Yep. Short under 1950, stop over 2135, and target 1 would be about 1650. Target 2 maybe about 1450. It's a weekly sell setup. It looks okay actually. I just wish the daily pattern was a little bit tighter, and then it would be better. The RELL is an hourly base breakdown. So under the base, stop above it on the RELL. And last symbol here I have is the silk. If it can break under Thursday's low, 1960, stop over 2108. And that's my entire bearish watch list for tomorrow. Again, the bullish watches, I only picked like a handful, more than a handful, but there's a longer list in the description. And again, if you want to see which plays I will end up taking tomorrow, click on that link in the description and join me in this week's open house. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end, and I hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks everybody. Take care.